Hey, how's it going, everyone? We're back again with another live build today. Today we're doing a Chima set. This is set number 7005. It is Laval's Royal Fighter. Now, these sets are kind of foreign to me because I do not watch the cartoons on Cartoon Network or whatever they're shown on. And I usually don't buy these sets, but I got this set because half price. And if you've seen my other videos, you know if it's on sale and it's a good enough sale, I'll usually buy it if I don't have it. So let's bust this open, see what we got. Looks like there's about 400 pieces in this set. 417 and 1, 2, 3 minifigures. Like I said, I do not watch this cartoon series or really understand what's going on, but from what I can tell, they're animals that are driving in animal-shaped vehicles. So let's look what we got here. We got 2 giant instruction books. Normally they're like this big. These are giant size sheets of paper. Got a little bitty sticker sheet, which we'll put to the side because we won't be using. We've got a numbered bag 1, bag 2, bag 3, bag 4, and an unnumbered bag. Looks like it just has treads and some other miscellaneous big pieces. So we will put 2 through 4 to the side. Pull over book 1. Go ahead and get this thing started. Bag number 1. Now if there's 400 pieces in each, or 400 pieces in the set, there's only probably going to be about 100 pieces in each bag. But this bag looks like it's going to be a total of maybe 60 pieces, depending however many are in this little bitty bag. There's not much going on right here. Pull that out. Yeah, there's not many pieces in this bag. Looks like bag 2 is going to be the bulk of our build. Man, this is a big instruction book. It's almost as big as a Technic book. Move my camera to the side a little bit, hopefully not getting everything. I don't want you just to look at the instruction book the whole time. All right, so we're gonna build our first minifigure, and it looks like it's a semi-complex build. We've got some legs, a torso, a shoulder / breast piece with a trans clear round tile on the front. In addition to that, he has a cape, which always comes in a little box. Help protect it. So we'll put that cape around his neck stud post thing. These capes sometimes can be tricky to get on, and then when you add on a additional shoulder accessory, makes it a little bit more difficult. All right, I think I just about got it. There we go. Just came off. All right, that's good enough till we get the hat on. And the headpiece is, let me make sure that's the right one. Looks like it's this guy. Get him on there. Alright, so even though they wear these funky little masks, some of them have an actual printed head. And it looks like this piece, which is in its individual bag, is the headpiece that goes on it. Now, I don't know in the cartoon if they take these little headpieces off, like these little masks off or not, or if they stay on at all times. They kind of line up with the eye holes. Sorry, you got a glare there. So that's the first minifigure. Pretty complex little figure. Let's see, do they give them names? There's no names here. Have to look it up on Brickset to see what names they are. And he has a kind of a cool looking sword blade contraption. Has like a lightsaber sword in the middle, and it's got this pearlescent gold blade piece that surrounds it. Attach that to his hand. And the white hands make it look like they're wearing gloves or something. Either way, and that's the first figure. This cape, these little shoulder pieces here, preventing this cape from going down too much. I'll just put him to the side. Let's get the second guy going. A lot of detailed printing on the torso and the legs. You can see, as it focuses, focus please. There we go. You can see the torso and legs, the printing kind of lines up pretty good. So that's kind of cool. Has some nice detailed printing. This next figure is similar to the first, where he has the shoulder pads and breastplate as well, with the exception of doesn't have a cape. So he's no capeless. And it looks like he doesn't have a weapon. And his hair is a little bit different color. But you can see the printing there. It's just as good as the first one. Now the last one looks like some sort of reptile who does not have a cape either, or a breastplate. Here's what's weird, is he has a double printed face. There's not much expression difference, and I don't know what the point of that is if you have this giant mask slash headpiece on it, that no matter which way you change it, you're not really gonna be able to tell the expression. Interesting. You know, I see that a lot now. The Lord of the Rings sets. Gimli is guilty of that. He's got a huge helmet and beard that covers up pretty much his entire face. You just see his eyes. Yet they printed both expressions on his face, as if you'll ever be able to see them. Don't know why they do it. Alright. So now this crocodile dude has this humongous gun that is mostly brick built that I'm building right now. It's like this massive blaster. It's actually kind of cool. Although it's almost as tall as him. Oop. Turn him around. Look how big that gun is. So let's put it in his hand. You can see there's a kind of a lightsaber connection piece there that allows him to hold on to it. And yeah, there's no way he'll stand up with holding it. Oh, there he is. I don't know if you can see it. He is, let me get my zoomer thing out here. Let's zoom in on this. He's leaning so far back to basically counterbalance the weight of this humongous gun. Because if I lean him too far forward, the gun will actually pull him down. So he's got to lean really far back to counterbalance himself, which is kind of silly in my opinion. So, a ginormously over-exaggerated gun for Crocodile Man there. Funny stuff. Why are these instructions so big? This is not a flagship Technic model. Come on. Well, we'll do the best we can with this tablecloth of instructions here. Alright, we're starting some, looks like the frame of the vehicle, which is going to be built with some Technic pieces. Maybe that's why they decided to make this instruction booklet so big. Because there's one or two Technic, but seriously, you got this giant book and you're like, step 2, 1 piece. Step 3, 1 piece. Step 4, 1 piece. Come on, man. You could have just combined all of those into one. I need to stop ranting about that. Bugs me so much. Waste of waste. I know, it's for the kids. We've gone over this. Make it easy for the kids and they'll buy more product. Okay, I got this. Technic. Now I'm a big Technic fan, so I know a lot of these Technic pieces and what they do and what they're called. We won't bore you with all that fun stuff. I know some people, the Technic confuses them. Not me. I enjoy Technic models. Now here's the difference with Technic models versus the system models or just regular Lego brick models. Is a lot of times you can look at a picture of a system or Lego City or any type of basic Lego model and figure out how to build it, just based on looking at it. With a Technic model, it is extremely difficult to figure out how the inner workings, mechanisms come together of those type of models. I mean, just when you build them from the instructions, it's like building the inside out. Building in 3 dimensions. So it's extremely complex, and sometimes you don't realize what you're building until you're almost done. And I think that's part of why I like Technic so much, is it's a enjoyable build, because you are discovering things as you're building it. Like, oh, that's what that was for. Oh, that's cool. Oh, just every step it's something new. All right, we are almost done with bag 1. I wish we were done with these giant instructions, but we're not. We're gonna have to deal with these the whole time. All right, so there's bag 1. We had our 3 minifigures, and we've got this basic frame. Looks like it has something that's gonna either connect to something or maybe even be a play function right here. Now you can see this piece right here, this I guess axle connector piece going across here. It's connected right there. You can see a blue friction pin in there. But on this side, it's nothing. So I'm curious what is going to go in that hole to help support that. We will have to find out. Got a few extra pieces from the first bag. Nothing too crazy, you know, your typical extra pin or 2 from the Technic pieces. An additional round tile. The usual. All right, so we're going to bag 2, and it looks like we're needing a few of these treads in this unnumbered bag. One, two, three, four. 4 treads, and then these flexible rigid tubes. I don't know what the official name is, but you can see they've got these ridges, and then it's a kind of a trans clear plastic that has blue somehow molded in the middle, and then it turns back into trans clear. There's 2 of those. And then these little goofy tread pieces. I don't know if you can see, but this one's kind of tread shaped. This one's kind of an amoeba shape. This one kind of looks like a mouth. Depending on how they're shipped and whatnot, they kind of retain the shape. This one's kind of square shaped. So they're not really a consistent shape. They kind of take whatever shape they've been stuck to. I'm not so sure I like that. One, two, three, four, five, six, 8 of these big wheels. A lot of Technic pieces. This is a lot more Technic than I thought it would be. This whole little mini bag here was almost all Technic pins and bushings, half bushings. We've got axles. We've got mini lift arms. A lot of Technic, and then of course we got in this bigger bag. There's a bunch of Technic lift arms, T-shaped lift arm, angled, and then a lot of the various axles. Axle joiner with pinholes. This is kind of like a Technic set. Somewhat of a surprise to me. We'll see how it comes together. All right. So look at this. They show you a preview picture of what you're building with bag 2. And there's a sub-assembly. So that is that's something you would normally see in a Technic model, kind of this complex sub-assembly, and you really don't know how it's going to fit together. So maybe that's why these bags look smaller than I thought, because it's a bunch of small Technic bushings and pins and axles that really don't take up a lot of space. But it does pad the part count. So that being said, the $40 price tag on this set is not looking so hot if you happen to pick it up at full price. You get it for $20 like I did. Can't beat it, but still it's a lot of small pieces. I mean, if there's 40 of these things, what do these cost? Like 1/10 of 1 cent to produce. You don't really want to pay 10 cents for each one. And unfortunately, a lot of Technic sets are inflated abnormally. You know, if you get a flagship Technic model that has, I don't know, average maybe 1,800 pieces, and you think $200 is a good price for it, and then you open it and there's 400 of these take up the price, and then you got another 200 of these. It's like, what the? It's not a decent price. But it's business. Who knows? They wouldn't still be making them if people weren't buying them. So if people pay $200 for them, they'll charge $200. This is kind of a cool little claw piece. A frame. Some sort of frame. Claw thing. One of the little lift arm here. Doing something. Alright, we'll set that to the side. We gotta build 2 of these. Yeah, this is totally all just Technic. Which is not bad. I like it. Like I said, Technic is cool. Maybe this is a gateway set. It's like they throw in all these Technic pieces trying to get the kids to want more. Get them to buy more Technic sets with these gateway sets. It's like, oh, you like all this complexity? Buy our Technic. It's a trap. It's a trap, kids. Don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. You can do it. Or if you hate it, if you hate the way that this is coming together. Maybe that's a good thing. You'll know Technic is not for you. All right, on one of these, one of these. So we've basically built about half of our frame now, and this is going to be a cross support to it. What is going on here? It's like I missed something. I did miss something. That's what I do. I skip steps. Alright, so we've got this frame. You can see it's pretty unstable until we put this piece on. So we'll put it on right there. It's basically got these offset little connections. And when we put it on like that, we push this red pin in so it goes inside those holes. And now it's created a perfectly rigid frame that will not bow in at all. It is a typical, common, widely used technique that is extremely effective, as you can see from the example I just showed you. Now we're putting in a little bit of system pieces in here with our Technic frame. And a couple more. Now it's starting to morph into what you would, I guess, call the body or the outer shell of the model. And then, so we've got some studded pieces on here now, and then adding this long plate on there will also add some some rigidness to this model. Alright, get two of those. Okay. Couple little snot pieces here. Well, I assume they're going to be used for snot. Right there. Just added those, that one and that one. Okay. Yeah, so this is a technique we're seeing a lot more in these sets, where you've got this modified plate where it basically has this vertical element coming up with the studs, and then on top you put the opposite plate that has the angle coming down and lines up with that. So you basically sandwich this plate right here, in between these two modified plates that will then allow you to have pieces coming out in the completely, or I guess not the complete, the perfect perpendicular angle to the existing pieces. And there it is. So you can see you've got studs here, and then you put these two 2x tiles on there. Now you have no studs, and you're starting to create a clean looking model. just on top. So now all those studs that were there that were exposed are no longer exposed. And that's what gives us our studs not on top, or SNOT. That is the Master Builder tip, or yeah, I guess it's a tip of the day. It's how we make SNOT. Sounds gross. It's not. It's SNOT. This is our control panel with no stickers. Supposed to be a control panel sticker right there. We're not putting it on. I don't do that. All right, be careful with this, kids. The instructions tell you not to push these pins all the way in, and here's why. You take these two slots right here in between these lift arms, actually slide right down in between the Technic bricks that are already there, and once you have them aligned, you basically then push in those pins. See that? So now it holds it exactly where it needs to be. And it shows you that in instructions. It takes one whole sheet, two whole sheets to show you how to put in two pieces and push them in. It's extremely exhilarating. I know. I know. I'm controlling my excitement. I don't know if you can tell, but I am. For being a Technic-based frame here, it does seem like they're leaving out some pieces that could help the stability of the model. I'm just saying. All right. One more pin. Where'd you go? There you are. You're hiding. All right. So now our frame is coming together. Looks like we have a claw piece here. Not sure what that's gonna do. I'll have to find out. That's the beauty of the Technic stuff. It's like it's already built, but what does it do? We're not telling you. See, now look, we get to put on this piece here we just assembled. Goes right there. Right there. And that gives a little bit more mystery. Now they're connected. What do they do now? Now let's add on something else to it. Now what does it do? We don't know. Now the other side. All right. This is turning into something. Now I normally don't use these little quantity cheat sheet type diagrams at the top, but when it comes to Technic, I definitely do, because I'm warning you, listen up kids at home, if you mess up and miss a piece or two building a Technic model, you will know real quick how hard it is to fix those. All right, so this piece, we've now come to solve the mystery of our connector beam that's across here that was missing a piece right there. This is what goes in there. So it's got this knob, and you can see when we turn it, voila, it's starting to come together now. See, that's the unsolved mysteries that we run across with the Technic. The joy of the Technic stuff. Or the hatred of it. You know who you are, kids. I'm not going to tell you. Alright, now it looks like we're building the other frame pieces for the wheels. And I'll do this one right this time. I actually left off a piece last time I did that, which I caught soon enough. It was no big deal. Could have been a disaster, but I averted it. You know, the only thing this is missing is gears. Technic has a lot of gears. I'm not seeing any gears. Okay, so we've got the frame piece. Goes there. 1, 2. This one goes right here. 1. You have to be careful. You have to line it up. You have to basically count holes and figure out exactly where these line up with. There we go. So we've started to build this into something big. This is actually going to be a pretty sturdy model, as all Technic pieces are. So whenever we drop this one, it's gonna hold up real well. I can tell you that already. The only thing that's gonna come off is any of these brick pieces that are randomly attached. All right, so similar to before, we've built another cross support, and that's gonna be for right here. Got it in there now. You can see the red pins sticking out. They're actually axles. Push that axle in, and push that axle in all the way. You can see it goes all the way across. Sturdy model now. That's what we got here. Now we're putting on all of our rims. We've got to hold those axles on while we put them on. And my guess is the tracks are going to basically just wrap around each one of these rims. With a little bit of decor. These round plates add nothing to it as far as support. All it is for looks. Got 4 of those on there. Okay. That's good. And on the front and back wheels, we have some half bushings. In addition to the plate. So basically putting these 2 little half bushings on each one and then topping it off with this one with an additional round plate. And these bushings can be a pain sometimes. It's actually a lot easier to put on a full length bushing. It's easier to put one of these on versus one of these. But, and it's just me, not accusing anyone of anything, but if you include 8 of these versus 4 of the full bushings, you now have more parts in the set, right? It's a trap. I mean, it's a trap if I was accusing them of something, which I'm not. And by them, I mean nobody. Wink, wink. All right. So there is our frame for this Royal, I already forgot the name of it. Laval's Royal Fighter. There it is again. So we've got a big frame and we're gonna put these giant tread pieces on there, and I hope that stretching them out over this makes them actually somewhat of a uniform shape, hopefully. They seem very loose on here. Not enough tension here to really stretch them out into another shape or not. Well, there it is. Yeah, like I thought, those treads they're struggling to move here with that deformed shape. You can see as they go, they're wanting to kind of bend into their shape they kind of grew into as they were shipped. That's a disappointment. And that's the end of book number 1. Let's move on to book number 2.